Yes, I didn't know that.
Let's sing happy birthday to you, Anna.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday,
Poor unfortunate necrophiliac.
Yeah.
Happy birthday
to you.
My wife is not a necrophiliac, Bernie. Prove it.
If your radio light sucks in the morning, you're listening to I Miss in the Morning.
Happy birthday, honey.
Thank you.
I love you.
Oh,
We're crying out
Thank you.
loud.
I love you more.
Oh,
Oh,
you
no,
don't.
don't play
Don't
this.
do this.
That's a good line.
You know, Bernard, I hate your guts.
Well, Bernard, it works.
Apparently.
In the morning. Sports Radio 66 WFAU.
Oh, first time in New York.
Hey, Bubba, want a cigarette?
Mavis, I'm surprised at you. You shouldn't smoke.
Don't worry, I'm not inhaling.
Been there, done that, Mavis. It don't work. Come on, put that out. Cigarettes are bad for you.
No, they're not. They're cool.
Nicotine is an addictive drug.
You said dick.
That's why I'm leaning towards FDA regulation of the tobacco industry.
I like that camel dude and the cowboy and those hot babes sucking on them butts.
Too much of cigarette advertising is aimed at kids like you.
I want to look like a cowboy, ride a camel, get some hot babe to suck on my butt.
Cigarettes are too readily available to young people. I'd like to curtail access to vending machines.
I don't get it from machines. I get it from that weird Indian dude at the gas and go. Hey, Habib, give me a pack of Marlboros or I'll kick your ass.
I'm in favor of harsh penalties for selling health-destructive products to minors.
And some nachos. Yeah, yeah.
Teen smoking is an epidemic and a threat to the health of our entire nation.
And some of those smoky beef sticks and a big gusher.
Healthy teens make for a strong nation.
And a bucket of pizza-flavored pork rinds.
Pork rinds? Why didn't you say so?
Give me mine. Give me mine.
No, you ain't. Give me some.
Hey, Porky, smoke this.
When I was in England, I experimented with marijuana a time or two, and I didn't like it.
To the...
Hey, Mr. Trellin.
Good morning, John.
Would you mind? We wondered if you would tell us the tic-tac-toe chicken story.
When an out-of-town visitor comes to New York, I usually take them downtown in Chinatown to play tic-tac-toe against a live chicken. I have found that when I take people down there, almost all of them look over the situation and they say the same thing. Well, the chicken gets to go first. And I say, yes, but he's a chicken.
Yeah.
You're a human being. Surely there should be some advantage.
If your radio sounds funny in the morning, you're listening to Imus in the morning.
And then a lot of them say, the chicken plays every day. I haven't played for years.
In the morning. Sports Radio 66 WFAU.
See that. 9 is 1 fair and square.
Find you the Mad Dog. Sports Radio 66 WFAN.
Ed Coleman and
Sweeney Murdy and Lisa Johnson. I will talk to you tomorrow night at 6 o'clock with Bill Daughtry. Update, then Chris Moore. Stay tuned.
Sports Radio 66. The Fan. WFAN.
maybe some time, I have spoken to you from this office. Are you applying for the job?
Yes, I am.
Oh, yeah, you're going to get it.
What happened?
Yeah, you got a great chance. How are you?
I'm good now that I see you.
Well, don't be trying to suck up to the eye.
That's right. I got good lips for it.
Be quiet.
Mighty. Can you start today?
Where are the knee pads?
Can you?
Oh, my God. Yo, knee pads.
If your radio light sucks in the morning, you're listening to I Miss in the Morning.
Don't you, Belinda, is it? What are you shaking your head? If that's not really your name?
That's obviously not her name.
Oh, because you have a job now,
See.
and you're here.
Yeah, you're really smart.
In the morning.
Well, obviously that pig did the job.
Sports Radio 66 WFAN.
Hey, have you had a snack? And Rush Limbaugh. Good morning, Rush.
Friends, it is I, the obese and obstreperous Obi-Wan of the old guard, Rush Limbaugh, here celebrating the 75th anniversary of women's suffrage by having my wife wash my feet.
Shut up.
Ah, the rigors of noblesse oblige. Then, after a home-cooked meal, I'll repair to a topless bar for some cognac and a commemorative lap dance. You know, the feminazis are always beating their breasts, whining about women's role models. Well, there are none finer than professional woman and 72 double D-cup Melissa Mounds. Those breasts are hard to beat. And being able to pick up a beer bottle, look, Ma, no hands. Now that's real talent on loan from God.
Is this necessary?
Who better to serve as standards bearer for the gender than she? Shannon Faulkner? What has she done for the movement besides putting the lass back in lassitude and the miss back in misogyny? Boy, there's someone with firm resolve and determination, huh? Well, $5 million to retain legal counsel when the money should have been spent retaining Jenny Craig to help her stop retaining water. She wanted to be a part of the Corps, and you can't blame her, seeing as she was her own regiment.
Fine.
Supposedly, her weight wasn't the problem. It was just that in the blistering heat, the beefy babe couldn't keep down her beefaroni. Funny, it didn't seem as if she had that particular difficulty at home. She maintains she was in shape. She could do the 18 push-ups in 2 minutes. Well, I know men without arms who can do 18 push-ups in 2 minutes. But hey, it was her God-given right to fight for her equality. Although I wonder how many male cadets will be as successful in obtaining private bathrooms, personal bodyguards, and 24-hour security systems now that she's set precedent. However, I do understand the Citadel's concession about the head-shaving thing. After all, rendered hairless, the sow-like loser was in danger of being hauled off to a slaughterhouse.
That'll be enough.
Which, by the way, illustrates that women are indeed capable of bringing home the bacon. I wonder if Hillary will use Miss Faulkner as a role model for American women at the Beijing Babathon. At last report, Mrs. Clinton was attending, now that human rights crybaby Harry Wu has been expelled. Although she could be unpacking her bags again, who knows? It is China. Half an hour later, he could be imprisoned again. Somewhat ironic, isn't it, that a women's conference should be held in a land whose culture developed the concept of foot binding? In light of the leaps and bounds you ladies have made at the Citadel, here's a little cadence chant for your marching minions, Hill. Women have their equal rights to satisfy men's appetites. Feminazis, stop your bitchin', stay barefoot and pregnant in the kitchen. A little more to the left, Shannon. Ah, yes, right there. Bring me another Courvoisier and a cigar, would you? Good girl.
All right, it's 7 till the hour, New York, and here's Rush Limbaugh to sing.
A liberal liar, Papa. A liberal liar, Papa. Your left-wing jive about health care and welfare. Tell me why the hell I care what happens to all those lazy freeloaders and those hiring quotas. Go get a job, go get a job, go get a job. I make lots of dinero. More than Henry Cisneros to say this stuff on radio. Hate radio. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba. Cuidado por agua blanca. Careful of that white water. Creo que sí está muy caliente. You're in very hot water. It's pretty deep, so you'd better be careful. Arriba! Arriba! Here's a little dance I call the Mexican bailout. Don't applaud, just throw devalued pesos. A liberal liar, Papa. A liberal liar, Papa. Your left-wing jive makes me hopelessly nauseous. I get sick to my stomach the way you chase all those fine senoritas. Muy bonita your pita, but keep it in. Please keep it in there in your pants. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba.
Rush Limbaugh
Ba, ba, ba,
here on the
ba.
I Miss It Morning program.
Sanchez says Olay at the U.S. Open. Good morning. This is Mike Breen with sports, sponsored by the USA Network. Sanchez Vicario, the women's third seed, an easy straight set win, but she wouldn't make any predictions on her chances to win the tournament.
We got to see what happened.
Also winning, Monica Seles. Seles, her first Grand Slam match since the stabbing incident 2 years ago. Monica was asked if she can take the 2-week grind.
Fitness standpoint, I don't know, because I haven't done really anything.
Seles looking fit and trim after her rigorous conditioning program this summer.
Well, now here's the thing. Let's just leave this child alone, because she has had, according to Robin Finn in the New York Times, she's had tendonitis in her knee, and so she can't run. Which is the reason she has that Larry Kinney-like gut hanging over that tennis dress.
One other tennis note, Martina Navratilova.
Shut up, Bernard, you bald-headed geek.
I'm not bald. Open your eyes. Look at Fred. He's bald.
Bernard, he looks old, doesn't he? He's aged a lot in 3 years.
Yeah, that's good.
Worked for me for 3 years.
Good try.
7 years. Bernard looks good, Fred. He does? Yeah.
Yeah.
Breen, don't you think Breen's handsome? Handsome? Yeah. Please. I think he looks good as Charles. Yeah, Charles does look good.
Next to you. Next to you, Wolfman Jack looks good.
Have mercy.
You know. Shut up, both of you out there.
If your radio sounds funny in the morning, you're listening to Imus in the Morning.
Well, now, Deidre and I are coming to your house in Santa Fe on August 11th, so... has anybody been back in your guest room since we've been there? Quite a few people.
Imus in the morning. Sports Radio 66, WFAN. Morning Flashback.
And here now, late headline stories we're watching in the Imus and Washington Network newsroom.
I'm your program host, David Brinkley of ABC. Not the network, but rather the Alcohol Beverage Control Commission. I'm joined, as usual, by our regulars, Walter Cronkite, Rush Limbaugh, and at our bureau in New York, Bureau Chief Don Imus. Here now, some news. In a move whose political wisdom is already being questioned, President Clinton has announced that he and First Lady Hillary Rodham Clinton have invested in a vacation home development in Washington. The president spoke to reporters a short time ago at the White House.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. What the deal is that Hillary has decided to carve up this big old piece of property we got out back on the South Lawn and put up a damn model house or two and get Jimmy McDougal on the phone, if the thing ain't a Motorola so you can hear on it, and see if we can't get some folks interested in moving in here. My boy at RTC, Roger Altman, gave me one of them heads-up briefings on it, and he said the money ain't no problem. Of course, I think that's where he may have his head, because he says we're going to call it White House water. I don't think so. Thank you. Thank you very much. Taking orders right over here.
A startling and bizarre turn of events in the Aldrich Ames spy scandal. Ames' Colombian-born wife and co-defendant is reportedly blaming her husband for what could be the worst spy case in U.S. history. She completely turned on the ex-CIA operative last night and cut his penis off at the Alexandria, Virginia jail, with the couples being held without bond. Here is Alexandria Corrections Department spokesman William Cummings.
It's a terrible tragedy. In an attempt to develop further information on Mrs. Ames' role in her husband's espionage activities, with his permission, we had wired his penis with an electronic eavesdropping device. Not imagining in our wildest dreams that she would get horny. Well, sir, she did. She snapped. She snipped. We are sorry.
Authorities said they first became aware that something had gone terribly wrong last night when the line suddenly went dead.
Nation of Islam leader Louis Farrakhan says the organization has dropped a plan to try to counter the controversial remarks of spokesman Khalid Abdul Mohammed by hiring the former Grand Dragon of the Ku Klux Klan, David Duke. As Minister Farrakhan put it, well, it sounded like it would be a good idea, but what it was when we got to listening to David Duke, he was saying the exact same stuff as Abdul. Damn no good crackle. Meantime, Abdul Mohammed softened his controversial rhetoric in his most recent college campus appearance, no longer describing Jews as bloodsuckers of black people, referring to them by the more delicate reference, ancestral African essence sappers.
And finally, information just in from Washington, where First Lady Hillary Rodham Clinton has been placed under suicide watch after learning that her brother, Hugh Rodham, was really not kidding about running for the United States Senate in Florida. The mustachioed 340-pound Mr. Rodham, a stunt double for Mexican musician Freddie Fender, is challenging Republican Senator Connie Mack, even though a recent poll showed Senator Mack leading a hypothetical race between the two by a 100 percentage point margin. That is, no votes for Rodham, all votes cast for the incumbent. After seeing press photographs of her brother, Mrs. Clinton is said to be closeted in her bedroom on the residence floor of the White House, sitting on the bed, shades pulled down, weeping, drinking heavily, and wondering just at what point everything started going wrong.
Beautiful downtown Palmdale, this is...
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X.
Why do you fill me up, buttercup, baby? Just to let me down. So fill me up, buttercup, don't break my heart.
Foundations, Fill Me Up, Buttercup, or I Dreamed I Was a Boss Hitbound in my KUTY Morton-born radio jacket. 620 in the valley with Captain Don. Flying a family stone now, and different strokes, two different folks.
Sometimes I'm right, and I could be wrong. My own beliefs are in my song. I must in the morning.
Pretty embarrassing. All right, Prince Precision Tennis Shoes is the first sports shoe by the classic rock station, San Jose. Call now, win $1 billion.
We've been together since way back when. Sometimes I never want to see you again. But I want you to know, after all these years, you're still the one I want whispering in my ear. You're still the one I want to talk to in bed. Still the one that turns my head. We're still having fun, and you're still the one I miss in the morning. Angel, teen angel, I miss in the morning.
In your shorts, 2020 sports. Double play. Game is over. Yankees lose. Familiar words from the Bronx. Good morning. Mike the Bee with sports. John Sterling with the call. Yankees drop what? Mike the Bee. What's wrong with Mike Breen? I want to have a little... I know we've been through what you want to have, but like Murray the K, end of career. Mike the Bee. Mike the Bee. I like that. Billy Taylor calls himself the BT Express, right? Yeah. It should be the BD Express, the Brain Dead Express. Billy Taylor. We got to have, next time you're off, we have to have Billy Taylor back, you know. It's time for a Billy Taylor. For a Billy Taylor fix. Yankees drop a 4-3 decision to the Royals. Russ Davis of the Yanks knows what needs to be done.
You know, it's just time to turn it up a notch and see what we can do.
Now it's time to turn it up a notch.
Yeah.
How about 2 weeks ago when you were still in a pennant race? 15 or 16 and a half games out. So. But the big Yankee news, Don Mattingly says he would consider playing in Japan. Play now. Mattingly says he's interested in having fun while playing baseball and doesn't know if that's possible in the United States. Yankee fans are interested in Mattingly driving in a run for a change. U.S. Open tennis, the men's sex seed? Hey, all right. 6 seed Goran Ivanisevic losing, had to withdraw after turning his... All right, here's Rush Limbaugh to sing, huh?
Just kick those left-wingers out the door. We're mad as hell and we won't take it no more. Just look at the opinion polls. We want that old guy, Robert Dole. I've had it up to here with liberals. We need a president with principles. Not a gigolo with no self-control. Give me that old guy, Robert Dole. I like that old guy, Hampshire shuffle. Mark those ballots now. Senator, may I borrow your pen? Call him a relic, say he's over the hill. But he's still better than that imbecile Phil. No sex and violence at his movie show. Vote for that old guy, Robert Dole. You'll never see him with a bimbo. No knees on knocking with a $5 hoe. Ain't got a prostate, but he's sure got a soul. We love that old guy, Robert Dole. Still like that old guy, Robert Dole. Bubba Clinton's about to lose control. So I'm saying on your radio, give me that old guy, Robert Dole. Give me that old guy, Robert Dole. Bubba Clinton's about to lose control. So I'm saying on your radio, give me that old guy, Robert Dole. We want that old guy, Robert Dole. Bubba Clinton's about to lose control. So I'm here saying on your radio, give me that old guy, Robert Dole. Still like that old guy, Robert.
Hi, I'm Imus in the morning, and Senator Robert Dole was scheduled to be on at 10 minutes past the hour, and he just called Bernard, and he said he forgot. Which is another reason he should be president. He didn't call up and give us some lame excuse
Absolutely
about some big meeting or...
That's right.
Yeah.
I was in the shower.
Well, I just hope I don't forget to tell people to vote for you when it comes time.
If your radio sounds funny in the morning, you're listening to Imus in the morning.
So I got a call from your wife, Elizabeth Dole. Did she give you that Valentine's Day gift?
She thought she was buying me a religious book. She wanted to know if you still had that money back. Money back to your feet.
Imus in the morning. Sports Radio 66, WFAN. In the morning, flashback.
Long distance information, WREC. The latest radio station to say true integrity. Heard about the I-Man and they gave the schmuck a call. Found his name and number written on the men's room stall. Hey, you like that one, son? No. King of rock and roll here, Hoss. So you're in Memphis now, huh? Ruling another radio station? They know what they're getting into? 4 hours every day of actionable program content that even Bernie Nussbaum couldn't cover. Only one thing WREC's got going for it, as far as I can see, the fact that they're in Memphis and hate Graceland and hate me and hate Elvis Week. Because so do I. Damn. 25,000 losers who must have got shut out of Branson, hanging off the fence at Graceland like some militia guy had been there and blowed up a tanker truck full of yellow fat. I mean, the king himself is sick of it, Imus. I've been nothing but toadstool food for 18 years, so why don't they just leave me the hell alone? I wrote a little song about it. Y'all gotta help me, okay? Just repeat after me. Here we go. Dead, 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 dead. That's what I am. I ain't working at Walmart. I'm dead. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That's as far as I got. As far as I need to get, for Christ's sakes. Attention, fan club. Bob Dole is going to write back to you faster with his pen than I am with mine. You understand what I'm saying? So y'all just go on back to the double wide, fight your way through all them Hummel figurines and QVC zirconia crap, and suck your refrigerators. Jesus. Hey, Hoss, got a new hero, don't we?
Well.
This here Congressman Mel Reynolds doing the tangerine nasty with Beverly Hurd, young lady half his age. Now, did I hear you say that on their first date, he was driving his caddy with one hand and shining his weasel with the other?
Shut up.
Boy's a charmer, ain't he? Brought a tear to the eye of the king of rock and roll, son. Reminded me of old Priscilla, God bless her. I met her when she was like 9 or something.
Yeah.
Anyway, we used to play veterinarian, you know. Yeah, I'd lay back on the bed, and she'd come in wearing a stethoscope, and I'd go, look, Doc, my bird's dead. She'd come over and start giving it the Heimlich maneuver. And I'd say, no, it needs a mouth to beak. And we'd have us what I like to call a real Mel Reynolds minute. I wrote a little tune about it to get out of here on. Help me out again, same way. Oh, baby, won't you be my prostitute? I put your lips down around my hips and play my old skin flute. Oh, won't you be my prostitute?
prostitute.
Long distance information, give me Memphis, Tennessee. Help me find a party that tried to get in touch with me. She could not leave a number, but I know a place to call. Boss Monka took the message and he wrote it on the wall. Imus in the morning.
370 IMUS, Howard Stern. Good morning, Howard.
Yeah, hey, notice Howard.
I know that.
What a show today. That's why you're in the Radio Hall of Fame. So you're on in Memphis today, huh?
Yeah.
Wow. Really expanding that fan base, aren't you? Go over that grassroots support. Goober and Gomer having you on down at the filling station. All those tour buses over at Graceland filled with fat housewives and polyester pantsuits holding Instamatics. You'll be number one in Memphis in a week. Your radio sounds funny in the morning. You're listening to Imus in the morning. Hey, when you gonna have an Anna Queenland on again? Yeah, they're gonna love you. Hey, I got a question.
Yeah.
If you divorce your wife in Tennessee, is she still your sister?
Imus in the morning. Sports Radio 66, WFAN.
Jets in the first half. Kitty Cott when we return.
Mike and the Mad Dog. Sports Radio 66, WFAN.
What does Sharon from Portland, Maine want, Bernard?
She wants to tell you some dopey way to upload your catalog on a computer or something.
Oh, please just hang up on her.
Sure.
Jesus, God almighty.
Stop calling.
Sharon,
Hi,
stop the madness, baby. We just don't need
I'm
this.
just trying to save you some money here.
I don't want to be saved any money.
Well, then
Oh, you're
stop
so
complaining
concerned.
about how much it costs.
Well, I don't want to hear about it.
You don't want to hear about it?
No.
You don't want to know how to save some money?
No.
Okay, man.
No, what's this in reference to?
Your catalog.
Right.
Screw his catalog.
Oh, the hell with it.
If your radio sounds funny in the morning, you're listening to Imus in the morning.
Get out.
US Open tickets, and you're worried about saving him money.
Talk about clueless.
He's got his cat in a limo going to the veterinarian, and you're worried about that. You can't even pay for your phone in the trailer.
Imus in the morning on the fan. Sports Radio 66, WFAN.
WFAN 2020 Sports.
Good afternoon. It is 3 o'clock. I'm Joe Thomason. It's
Gonna shoot you right down, right off of your feet. Take you home with me, put you in my house. Boom, boom, boom. Imus in the morning.
Hi. 2020 Sports. Swung on, hit hard, base hit to left field, in the hole. Bernie Williams will score. The throw goes to second base. It's a ribby single for Ruben Sierra. Sierra and the Yankees with another win. Good morning, Mike Breen with sports. Yanks now just 2.5 out of the wild card spot. Of course, we're going to Denver, October 3rd, out to K-Big. Huge deal there, going up to the Red Man Hall. Very nice to see you again. No, it's just getting
We've got to get your behavior at the Open.
Why, what happened?
That should be your lead story.
It is. Food consumption at open, no
No
longer
longer
possible after visit by I-Man depletes stores. I had a couple of hot dogs. God, make a huge issue out of it.
First of all, you guys arrived dressed like Johnny Rivers' backup band. God, you guys look like Martha Stewart at a Green Day concert.
Your radio sounds funny in the morning. You're listening to Imus in the morning.
My wife happens to love me very much, and as well she should, so.
Big balloon payment.
Yeah, that's a vicious, mean thing to say, Bernard.
How did you decorate the wheelchair access to your apartment?
Imus in the morning.
That's not amusing. Is it?
Sports Radio 66, WFAN.
All right, let me talk to you. Coming up on a quarter to the hour. Bud Collins from the U.S. Open coming up.
Don't miss it. Imus in the morning.
All right, let me talk to you about Prince tennis rackets. Well, not really Prince tennis rackets. How about Prince tennis shoes? You know where you can get them? First of all, I wanted to be clear. You can get these Prince precision tennis shoes at the ski. Why don't you just die? How does that?
In the morning.
Casey
Cohen for the 9X Mobile Fan Highway Patrol.
There is a new Burger King going up down the street, and nobody cares. In a couple of days, when it's finished, everyone will think it's been there forever. 6 reasons. Number 1, they kill cows. Number 2, the cows they kill graze on the site of murdered forests. Number 3, the cows they kill that kill the forests are full of hormones. Number 4, the hormone-full cows they kill that kill the forests are full of bad-for-your-heart fat. Number 5, the bad-for-your-heart hormone-full forest-killing dead cows are wrapped in bad-for-the-earth plastic. And number 6, what the hell's a Burger King anyhow?
Imus in the morning. With you, that was R.E.M., End of the World as We Know It. The song that Bill Gates tried to buy the rights to for his Windows 95 TV commercial. Of course, Michael Stipe refused, saying the band can't be bought. So the little compute dweeb ended up giving the Stones the $12 million. Thanks, Mike. Just cause you want to be some kind of standards bearer for art, we got to hear Start Me Up another 12 million times. I tell you, gang, you'll have better luck starting Mixed Pacemaker than you will trying to crank up your laptop with Windows 95 on it. But, hey, you wanted a computer, suck it up.
Yeah.
Just remember, you never had to spend 11 hours trying to get a typewriter or a slide rule to work. See, I believe that some things have never been approved upon, even in music. I mean, it's not like Hootie and the Blowfish is the next upgrade to Sly and the Family Stone. But then again, it's not like Hootie's gonna stay around long enough for Blowfish version 2.0 either.
No.
Which is why I'm a little perturbed at the lineup at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame concert. I mean, it makes sense to have actual Hall of Famers like Jerry Lee Lewis, Chuck Berry, Little Richard, but Soul Asylum, Sheryl Crow, Snoop Doggy Dogg, they couldn't get in if they bought a ticket. This is supposed to be the shrine to rock and roll, and they can't do any better than the likes of Bon Jovi. Why not just hire Terry Jacks to do Seasons of the Sun? Not like he's booked anywhere else.
Yeah.
Get the guys still left in Grateful Dead. What are they doing now that Garcia's gone besides selling frozen yogurt at Ben & Jerry's? To me, the Hall of Fame is just another sad reminder that rock is dead. Long live rock. It's not a museum, it's a sarcophagus. Think about it. What body-pierced, slam-dancing slacker is going to get weepy-eyed at the sight of Lennon's Sgt. Pepper jacket or Jimi Hendrix's guitar?
Yeah.
It's not like Green Day's ever going to get an exhibit. I mean, even if they did, what the hell would they put in it? A muddy T-shirt and a bucket of spit?
That'll be fine.
And what's the deal with the building itself? I.M. Pei is supposed to be this big-time architect, and all he could come up with was something that looks like Salvador Dali's geometry homework. I guess it sort of works on an acid flashback kind of level, but I don't know if it's supposed to be the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. It really should have been designed to resemble the inside of Gracie Slick's mouth.
Please allow me to introduce myself. I'm a man of wealth and taste. I've been around for a long, long year. Stole many a man, sold a faith. I was around when Jesus Christ had his moments of doubt and pain. Made damn sure the pilot washed his hands and sealed his face. Pleased to meet you. Hope you guessed my name. Imus in the morning. Imus in the morning.
On headline issues of the day, Imus in Washington's senior political analyst, the late Richard M. Nixon.
Yes, Imus in the morning and all of that. God, cripes, what's the matter with this friggin' thing? Damn it, now what? I'm gonna throw this piece of junk out of a window in about 5 minutes.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to get this idiotic Windows 95 to, like, run sometime during 1995, for crying out loud.
Well, yeah, but how do you like it?
Well, it sucks. All right, let me try it again.
All right.
Let's see. Double-click on this icon.
Right.
Use the right mouse button.
Right.
Click on the floppy drive that has the disk I'm trying to copy.
Yeah.
Okay. Click copy disk on the menu, and nothing. May Bill Gates get herpes. All I want to do is get in one of those bondage and discipline chat rooms, J.D., but no. Anyway, what do you want?
Well, it's time for comment and observation on headline issues.
Oh, yes, that indeed. Okay, issue 1. And there, a very brief Dick Nixon review of Windows 95. Issue 2, Dano, When Harry Met Hillary, or wife swapping Chinese style. I'm sure you're aware of the exchange program at the White House.
What?
The Chinese Reds released the whining activist Harry Wu, and quid quid pro quo, Hillary Clinton agreed to travel to China to join this huge conflab of feminists bonding there next month. Guess who got the short end of that stick? And what a great message. Send the First Lady of the United States, Shrill Hill, to a conference in a country where females are held in approximately the same esteem as broodmares. There's some liberated thinking for you, huh? Get out in that kitchen and rattle that bamboo, Yangling. Then get ready for Betty. Then don't let the beaded curtain hit you in the butt. A very progressive society, if ever there was one. Actually, it sounds more the sort of place Bill Clinton would want to explore, right? Oh, well, issue 3? Yes, 3.
Right.
Senator Packwood, getting everything out in the open. Or, look, it's Bob's knob. Very brave thing my old friend Bob Packwood is doing, J.D., saying that he, too, now wants a public airing of these allegations against him. Public Senate hearings. Says he wants to be able to confront these women face to face. Robert, not for nothing, but isn't that how you got into this mess? Confronting women face to face?
Oh, yeah.
Your tongue, their tonsils, for crying out loud?
Fine.
Not the wisest course of action for the mobster, in my view, man.
No.
But great theater, huh? May I question the witness in private?
No.
Not without a body condom, you slime. Issue 4. Former world leader seeks U.S. Open tickets. I understand you're giving tickets away on a sort of caste system basis to white trash, as it were. Well, I want to go. What could be trashier, after all, than a dead guy? You and Chuck could do sort of a weekend at Bernie's thing with me, no? Strap me in a seat, tape a beer in my hand, stick one of those $55 U.S. Open chili dogs in my mouth, get Marla Trump to come over and talk to me? Hey, she's blonde. She wouldn't know the difference. Oh! My apologies to your daughter, Deirdre. Anyway, final thought on this Windows 95 jive, J.D. Is Bill Gates married? Who to? R.C. Gorman? Hey, R.C., that's not where your spear goes, my friend. I mean, when I look at Bill Gates, why do I have this impression that Windows 96 will be him outside somebody's bedroom peeping in through one, huh? And there you have it, I dude. An admittedly rough initial post-vacation view through the Dickscope by Dick Nixon, of course, deceased former president of the United States.
This is the Imus in the Morning program. It's 9 o'clock, WFAN New York. Time for Imus in the Morning News.
Dude, you gonna finish that cheeseburger?
Dan Reeves and George Young.
You can't be doing that.
Giants open Monday night on ABC against the Dallas Cowboys, and I predict that the New York Giants will whoop them.
All right.
So,
Unbelievable, Doug.
Dog, I think I broke my seat again.
and 2 live J's coming up at 10. Well, 1 live Jew. One's gone, so. Have you had a Snapple lately? Well, there are a lot of them.
Yeah, Imus in the morning. In your shorts, 2020 sports.
Strike pitch, swung on, driven deep to left field. That ball is going to get up against the wall, up and over the wall. A home run by Walker.
Larry Walker and the Rockies climb to the top of the NL West.
You're an idiot.
Good morning. Iron Mike Breen with sports. And our sportscast and our U.S. Open report sponsored by Temp Force. Wayne Hagan with a call. Rockies beat the Pirates 6-0. Dodgers lost to the Mets.
Iron Mike Breen.
That's correct.
All right.
Good sports name, don't you think?
That's fine.
Sharp, aggressive.
I like Dion Breen, but we'll figure out on one of these days. Okay.
Rockies beat the Mets 6-0.
Doesn't sound like Iron Mike. We'll figure out one on. Media Watch, a probe of the body cavity intimacy, looking into a segment of our national media. Here's broadcasting veteran Walter Cronkite.
It is reliably reported this week by the Washington Post that residents of Beijing, China, are being advised to wear bug spray to keep away flies that might transmit disease from lesbians in attendance at next week's World Women's Conference. Sound policy, and one that might have been adopted earlier for another international event in this hemisphere, the U.S. Open Tennis Tournament in New York City. Andre Agassi, Boris Becker, Gabriela Sabatini, who knows where these people have been? The good news from this year's U.S. Open is that reports of the death of tennis were premature indeed.
Yeah.
Tennis, it is clearly demonstrated, is alive and well. No thanks to the event's broadcast coverage, which seems in 1995 to be trying to do everything possible to kill it. Yes, the coverage once again this year sucks, suffering from a schizophrenic identity crisis.
Yeah.
There's one event being covered by 2 networks. Why? I don't know about you, but I can make more sense of the Furman tapes than I can the tennis reporting of USA Network and CBS. Half the time one tunes in, somebody from the USA Network seems to be in charge. Then it's somebody from USA and CBS. Then somebody from CBS and USA on loan from NBC.
Yeah.
As near as this old, revered, award-encrusted chronicler of our times can sort it out.
Yeah.
Do they assign coverage on an odd, even license plate number basis or what? I don't know if it affects you adversely, but this old, deeply respected, supplemental temperamental, oxygen-requiring correspondent gets completely f***ed up trying to keep straight who from where is covering what from which when. Pat O'Brien of the smooth Southern California wet jet personal watercraft surf dude look has something to do with it for CBS, best I can tell. He hosts a post-match roundup program whose only competition is a 15th rerun of some C-SPAN 2 Supplemental Oversight Technical Maritime Resources Committee debate. And he's losing audience share to it. Pat, a personal note, you're successful. You no longer need to be a personal test track for Joseph Abboud. And the George Hamilton International Tanning Games are over. Further, the squash-colored hair, what remains of it, isn't working. No. And now, on to Mary Carrillo, she of the Nancy Kissinger facial features and Kate Moss chest. Mary does something occasionally for CBS or USA or both, you figure it out, and is joined in the anchor booth by John McEnroe when he's not popping up on NBC. You see what I mean? Confusion reigns. And then it's the too large for his body head of Tim Ryan poking into the camera's viewfinder on what appears to be a completely random and uncalled for basis. And somebody, USA, CBS, or perhaps the AMA Medical Network, on occasion still pulls Tony Trabert from his refrigerated storage niche, either for on-air duty or just to keep the gnats off everybody else's food. God, but it's awful. Carrillo bats inanities back and forth with the grace of a one-armed paper hanger. McEnroe would say anything. Ryan suffers from spittle accumulation at the corners of his mouth, and O'Brien thinks he's hosting the Oscars. And so, to conclude, attention whoever's supposedly stalking the tennis player Steffi Graf. Forget her. Go after these losers. A grateful nation awaits. In regard to Steffi's stalker, as it occurs to me, may I suggest that we might sharply narrow the list of possible suspects by simply putting in a lineup. IRS agents with nose fetishes. Just thought. For Media Watch, this is Walter Cronkite. Thank you and good night.
Viva was a dreamer, never got it right, died in living color, lived in black and white, faithful as a magnified hung up on a song. She cried down to the breakfast nook, Ward, there's something wrong. Something wrong with the people. Something wrong with the people. Something wrong with the people. The believer is gone. I'm a in the morning.
You agree?
In the morning, back.
All right, here now, Imus Washington Senior Military Affairs Advisor, the late and still very dead General George S. Patton.
At ease. I called you here this morning to discuss with you people the latest set of circumstances aggravating an erosion in confidence in the individual who sits at the top of our chain of command. Because of the unusual situation I find myself in, I can say pretty much what I want without fear of career retribution. I'm dead. That said, I paraphrase a former commander-in-chief, President Ronald Reagan, as I make an observation about the current commander-in-chief, Bill Clinton.
Oh, okay.
Well, there he goes again. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah.
But let me further illustrate.
Oh, good.
Private, catch the lights and give me my first slide.
Oh, sure.
Thank you. All right, you all probably recognize this item. In military parlance, this is organ, male, one each, pink, erect. Slide 2, Private. This is Commander-in-Chief Clinton Jefferson Bill.
Yeah.
Supplied by natural selection with the aforementioned male-defining apparatus.
Yeah.
Everybody follow me so far?
Sort of.
Good. Next slide. This is Hotel Room, Rock, Little, Arkansas, 1991. And the individual on the sofa there we'll call Woman A, who, according to my mission debrief, made Commander-in-Chief B's knees knock, causing individual B to ask individual A to bob on his knob. The primary effect of this alleged episode, besides the corrosive effect on this leading government figure's stature, is a breastfeeding, self-righteous wail of indignation from the liberal left of this country, and especially its press, that until now, gleefully, smugly, and sanctimoniously gang-tackled every unfounded, groundless intimation of anything that offended them from the political right. Why their sudden outrage?
Why?
Because their champion and redeemer finds himself caught fast once again in Zippergate. It will be of great interest to a vast segment of this country to see whether the pious crusaders who fell down over one another to bathe the brow of Anita Hill will rally in any similar way to the side of Paula Corbin Jones. In the meantime, suggest an expeditious resolution of this problem. Guilt or innocence is easily proved, people. Call a military court of inquiry. Summon the president and Ms. Jones. Place the president in a lineup of, say, half a dozen of his male aides. Better keep Stephanopoulos.
Hey, late General George S. Patton here in the Irish Morning program. I'm just sitting here thinking, man, I'd sure like to hear Delbert McClinton sing, wouldn't you?
Here comes the weekend, honey. What's going on? Do we put our feet up, honey? Party all night long, oh, baby. Whatever. I'm with you. Are we staying home? Are we going downtown? Are we dressing up, baby? Or dressing down? Oh, whatever. Baby, I'm with you. You're my sunshine in the morning. You're my stars at night. You're all I ever dream about. Anything you want, well, baby, that's all right. Anything you don't, I can learn to live without as long as I'm with you. Till the sun stops burning, I'm with you. Till this world stops turning to the end of time. Oh, I'm with you. You're my sunshine in the morning, you're my stars at night. You're all I ever dream about. Anything you want, well, baby, that's all right. Anything you don't, I can learn to live without as long as I'm with you. Till the sun stops burning, I'm with you. Till the world stops turning to the end of time. Baby, I'm with you. Till the end of time. Oh, baby, I'm with you.
Got some of them Memphis horn players there. Got that Bo Diddley thing going on. That's from the I'm With You album from Delbert. You can pick up at your local record store. You go to the music station there in Sioux City, Iowa. See my man Dave Rudin and Dave's wife's there. Kinky Friedman and the White House correspondent for ABC News, Brett Hume. Mr. Friedman is already here.
I like it here.
God,
My friend I-Man.
Oh, Lord.
Your generosity and loyalty over the years is very much appreciated because a lot of people, contend that you're not.
I think Imus is a giver in a taker's body. If your radio sounds funny in the morning, you're listening to Imus in the morning.
Now live from El Paso, Texas, my brother Fred Imus with the Tri-State GP Eagle Sports Lock of the Weekend. Good morning, Fred.
Good morning. You know, they think John Elway may be involved in that O.J. Simpson thing.
No, they don't, Fred.
Well, have you been watching the news?
Yes?
Well, they come up with a witness that had observed another slow white Bronco in the area.
In the morning. Sports Radio 66 WFAN.
I've lived in this apartment 12 years. She's there 20 minutes. They have to break the door. Jesus God.
The key is still in the door, but Tito said he has to drill the cylinder out and put a new one in.
He's an idiot.
That's the only way he can do it. He tried all these other things, whatever he's doing, he's spraying all this stuff.
Hey, why doesn't he try pulling the key out?
If your radio sounds funny in the morning, you're listening to Imus in the morning.
Hey, honey.
Yes?
You know that 9X phone I bought you?
Yes.
It vibrates. Did you know that?
No.
Yeah.
Well, what do we need that for?
Well, you'll see in about 3 months.
In the morning. Sports Radio 66, WFAN.
Sports on WFAN, the flagship station of New York Mets baseball.
Mike and the Mad Dog. Sports Radio 66, WFAN. They're talking sports, going at it as hard as they can. It's Mike and the Mad Dog on the fan. Nothing can get by 'em, turn it on and try 'em. Mike and the Mad Dog, WFAN.
105 on what is another one of these beautiful August days as we convene the Mike and the Mad Dog program for the final day of August, believe it or not. Where did the summer go? I don't know. But it is gone. Tomorrow, a football Friday. Tomorrow, an interesting day from a couple of standpoints. A football Friday. We get ready to kick off the NFL season from Giants Stadium with our show with all the Giants, Dan Reeves and George Young and Dave Brown and everybody. Number 2, Dog will rejoin me, so we went to 65% of the time with the two tights.
Mike and the Mad Dog, Sports Radio 66, WFAN.
2020 Sports. And a line drive to center field, reaching down. Thompson makes a diving catch. Now he drops the ball, and Butler's trying to score. Here comes the throw by Thompson. Butler scores, and the Dodgers win the ball game.
Dodgers win or back in first place. Good morning, Mike Breen with Sports. Gary Cohen the call. Dodgers beating the Mets in L.A. 5-4, and they move back into first place in the NL West, a half game ahead of Colorado, and now 4 games in front of San Diego, and lost to Montreal 5-4 last night. As for the Mets, the loss dampens their hopes for the division title, but manager Dallas Green still upbeat about his club.
When you're down 5-0, you still got, you still got heart and character enough to come back and make a baseball game out, and that's what we did.
Dallas Green, manager of the New York Mets, Ron Say with a pair of home runs for the Dodgers. American League action.
Ron Say is not playing for the Dodgers. Come on.
Well, you rarely pay attention.
Well, I am paying attention this morning, huh?
American League action. Yankees whacked the Angels 11-6. Paul O'Neill with 3 home runs. A trio of dingers. Long ball triplets, you might say. Trace round trippers. They're now just 2 back in the wild card spot. Boston lost 11-2 to Seattle. Baltimore lost 8-7 to Oakland. U.S. Open, another win for Monica Seles. Straight sets, but
Father Tom Hartman and Rabbi Mark Gelman got together here a number of years ago, and now they have a new book entitled How Do You Spell God? Well, G-O-D, first of all.
There you go. You gave it up. You gave it up. The entire advertising campaign for this book was, we wait to the last page and then we tell them. Now you blew the whole thing. Thank you very much, Donald.
Your radio sounds funny in the morning. You're listening to Imus in the morning.
One of the things is when you go to heaven, you'll know how to spell God.
You know, really, Father Tom, I love you.
Now, it's true about Tom. I love him. He's a living saint. But there are times when he'll say things, and I'll say, Tom, I read that on a Hallmark card.
In the morning. Sports Radio 66, WFAN.
morning. 2020 Sports.
Double tight, 2 flankers. And Brooks hands it off on a stretch play, and it's Nebraska's Phillips across the 30, 35, 40. He may go. He's inside the 45. To Kearney. He's going to go. Lawrence Phillips all the way home, 80 yards for the touchdown.
A thriller in college football. Good morning. Mike Breen with Sports. Kent Pavelka the call on the Nebraska Radio Network. The defending national champs survive a scare before beating Oklahoma State in Stillwater. In a game a lot closer than the final score indicated, Nebraska prevails 64-21.
What was the final score?
64-21.
It was 57-14 when I checked the game last night.
Nebraska led 24-21 with just 2 minutes to go, but scored 5 touchdowns, a field goal, and a safety in the closing minutes to make it seem like a blowout.
Yeah.
U.S. Open tennis, Andre Agassi survives a scare, but wins in 5 sets over Alex Karechev.
You should have seen Brooke Shields. I guess she's a nice woman. I'm sure she is, but
very emotional.
These histrionics of hers, and have little understanding of what these deals mean in the grand scheme of things. And in the grand scheme of this deal, it doesn't make any difference to anybody at Disney or ABC, for that matter, who hosts Nightline or any of that stuff. It's a speck in the whole overall.
Excuse me?
Speck. He said speck. So they'll be fine, you know.
It's just a different bunch of Jews that own you now, that's all.
If your radio sounds funny in the morning, you're listening to Imus in the morning.
And he's here now, Jeff Greenfield, the kind of the media critic for ABC News,
I
right?
would say that's fair, yeah.
Good morning, Mr. Greenfield.
Hi, Don.
In the morning. Sports Radio 66 WFAN.
Well, the heavyweight champion of the world, and Mike Tyson. Good morning, champ.
Nigga, 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 nigga. How's that? Did I get in enough of gratuitous mentions?
Well?
Nigga, 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 nigga. Maybe Lenny Bruce is right. Maybe if it gets said enough, it won't mean nothing no more. Let me ask you something, Mr. Chump.
All right.
What the hell is Judge Ito thinking about? Nip, 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 nip. There, how does he like it?
Well,
Nagasaki nitwit.
That'll be fine.
Up until now, the news media have been treating the Mark Furman thing like they was driving through Watts in a Mercedes with a Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. sucks bumper sticker on it.
Well?
They avoided it, calling it the N-word. Like if they said the real thing 3 times in a row, Beetlejuice would show up. Then Ito decides to play the tape in the court like it's the new Coolio CD, and everybody from Geraldo to Jane Pauley falling all over themselves to getting on the air, wearing them shocked and disgusted faces like they know what it feels like to be called that. And I don't buy all the it's just a word stuff neither, Mr. Chump, because you could call me articulate and it could be a disparaging term if it means, isn't it amazing how well spoken he is for an African American? It's like people telling you that you're handsome. That's an obvious diss, rife with sarcasm. Come on, you know you ain't as pretty as me. It's a hideous, hateful word, Mr. Chump, which I guess is good to describe the hideous, hateful feeling it represents, but what's the logic behind the prime-time display? This thing got more airplay than Michael Jackson's last record. How does it have any bearing on the case? Just because Furman's idea of fashion is white tie and sheets for formal affairs don't mean he planted the glove. So what was the point? To show how stupid he is? Take a look at this guy. Do you need anything else to convince you of that?
No.
The only saving grace is in the irony that a racist like this guy may very well end up acquitting a black man for murder. My question is, where was Ito when they were looking for a judge in the Rodney King trial? It may have taken 3 times as long, but Reginald Denny wouldn't have that pushed-in head of his. James Baldwin said that you could only be destroyed by believing that you really are what the white world calls a nigger. So if Furman used that word in the context that describes socially, morally, and mentally deprived people, then I believe Mark Furman ain't nothing but a well-dressed country nigger. I can't believe I actually quoted James Baldwin and Kinky Friedman in the same sentence. McNeely must have gotten there a punch or two after all.
All right, here now, the former heavyweight champion of the world, Iron Mike Tyson, and the champ is back.
Well, I went away, and nobody really cared how I felt. But while I was in solitary, I couldn't believe who they got to wear the belt. Mike Tyson's back, and there's gonna be trouble. Hey, la, Mike Tyson. Oh, your heavyweights are gonna start to see double. Hey, la, Mike Tyson's back. I was forced into a title abdication. Hey, la, Mike Tyson's back. Due to my unfortunate incarceration. Hey, la, Mike Tyson's back. I'm ignoring all the critics, and I'm going after it. What made him think that he knew how to fight? When I get done with him, he will wish that he was white. Wait and see. Mike Tyson's back, and he's taking his division. Hey la, Mike Tyson. Gonna knock them all out, ain't gonna be no split decision. Hey la, Mike Tyson's back. I could push him over using just my little pinky. Hey la, Mike Tyson. And if that don't work, I'll punch him in there, Mr. Dinky. Hey la, Mike Tyson's back. Yeah, Mike Tyson's back. Yeah, I'm back now. Mike Tyson's back.
Want some bacon? No, man, I don't eat pork. Are you Jewish? No, I ain't Jewish. I just don't dig on swine, that's all. Why not? Pigs are filthy animals. I don't eat filthy animals. Yeah, but bacon tastes good. Pork chops taste good. Hey, sewer rat may taste like pumpkin pie, but I'd never know because I wouldn't eat the filthy mother. Pig, sweep, and root and that's a filthy animal. I ain't eat nothing ain't got sense enough to disregard its own feces. How about a dog? Dog eats his own feces. I don't eat dog either. Yeah, but do you consider a dog to be a filthy animal? I wouldn't go so far as to call a dog filthy, but they're definitely dirty. But dogs got personality. Personality goes a long way.
So by that rationale, if a pig had a better personality, he would cease to be a filthy animal. Is that true?
Well, we have to be talking about one charming pig. I mean, he had to be 10 times more charming than that Arnold on Green Acres, you know what I'm saying?
Sinus in the morning.
Our sinus.
I received a letter just today from someone close to me, so far away. My heart started pounding and I begun to pray. As I opened up the letter and read what she had to say. She said, darling, the letter said, darling, I love you. I love you. Being apart is breaking my heart and killing me. Your picture used to help some, now it just makes me blue. And everywhere I look, I find bits and pieces, memories. I received a letter just today from someone close to me, so far away. My heart started pounding, I begun to pray. Then I opened up the letter, read what she had to say. She said, darling, the letter said, darling, I love you. Yes, I love you. Being apart is breaking my heart and killing me. Your picture used to help some, now it just makes me blue. And everywhere I look, I find bits and pieces, memories. Yeah, and everywhere I look, I find bits and pieces, memories.
Howdy, great, Delbert McClinton here in the Albert One program. I received a letter yesterday. And my heart started pounding. I couldn't hear what the letter had to say. Yeah. Is that on that Honky Tonkin' Blues album?
It's on another album. It's not on that one.
Oh, okay, yeah. So just go to your record store and say, give me Delbert. Give me everything Delbert's ever recorded. And I'll get it.
He'll laugh at you.
I'd have to give me a gun to put in my mouth.
I'll run right out.
Shut up, Fred.
Actually, it took me 15 years to become a fan of Delbert's. It's just the kind of guy that it takes a long time for him to grow on you.
Well, yeah. Hey, did you hear about Tandy Tucker?
No, I
I took one look and I was fractured. I tried to walk but I was lame. I tried to talk but I just stuttered. Why, what's your name?
What's your name? What's your name?
What's your name?
Imus in the morning.
You gotta love it. Imus in the morning. 2020 Sports.
Football is back. The NFL starts Sunday. Good morning. This is Mike Breen with sports. The road to the Super Bowl begins this Labor Day weekend. Some of the big games, Miami Dolphins, predicted by many to reach that Super Bowl. They open their season at home against the tough New York Jets, who have a new head coach, Rich Kotite. And Kotite knows the keys to winning in the NFL.
When you know what the hell you're doing, you have more of an opportunity to succeed.
And that's what they hope this season.
God almighty.
But the
What a
Jets,
meathead.
I mean, we have to put up with this loudmouth for 16 weeks. Good gravy.
Please. You know what you're doing. I'll take it on a bud down here.
Stop the madness now.
For the Jets, of course, to succeed, they'll need strong play from quarterback Boomer Esiason. Boomer knows what to expect this Sunday.
The game's going to be long. I'm going to be there all day.
Boomer sounds ready to go.
Well, I'm going to interrupt him doing commercials to the whiz. Jesus. Man, I mean, and you know, the Boomer, and we've begged him. We've even had him on this program and just implored him to just stop.
We know what we have to do.
It's not going to happen.
It's going to be a long day.
What is it? Well, you know, and here's the thing you have to ask yourself. What are teams like Tampa Bay, Seattle, Cincinnati, New England, Kansas City? They're not going to go anywhere.
Kalamazoo.
It's not going to happen, is it?
Why would they even bother? Well, you're mistaken about one of those teams.
It's just a complete total. The St. Louis Rams, what are they going to do?
Waste time.
The Phoenix Cardinals, what's going to happen with them? Nothing.
You've erred in judgment on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers because they're going to make the Super Bowl.
Well, and you're pathetic.
About that Meatloaf album, Paradise by the Dashboard Light. And that Meatloaf tricked me into that.
Oh, he did?
He didn't know. But anyway, he said, okay, meet me at the studio. We go to the studio. So I do this thing, and I kept saying, why is every play a close play? What is going on?
Hey, here we go. We got a real pressure cooker going here. Down, nobody on, no score, bottom of the ninth. There's the windup, and there it is, a line shot up the middle. Look at him go. This boy can really fly. He's rounding first and really steady on now. He's not letting up at all. He's going to drive to second. The ball is bobbled out center, and here comes the throw, and what a throw. He's going to slide in head first. Here he comes. He's out. No, wait, safe at second base. This kid really makes things happen out there. Batter steps up to the plate. Here's the pitch, and he's going, and what a jump he's got. He's trying to third. Here's the throw, and in the dirt, safe at third. Holy cow, stolen base. Taking a pretty big lead out there, almost daring him to try and pick him off. Pitcher lands it off, lines up, and it's bunted down the third base line, and Suicide squeezes on. Here he comes, squeeze play is going to be close. Here's the throw, here's the play at the plate. Holy cow, I think he's going to make it.
We finished doing it, and I finally got what he was doing. That hooker, I can't believe it. You should have seen the mail I got from the priests and the nuns and the school teachers and the mothers. And, oh, geez.
When I first saw it, if you're talking to me, your career must be in trouble. What was the deal with Barbara Streisand? I forget exactly.
I saw her, too.
Hey, well, that's right. You went to that, didn't you?
Yeah. The woman doesn't have any sense of mercy in her. Because you're sitting there listening to all this schmaltz, and you're figuring she's not going to do Papa, Can You Hear Me? From Yentl. There should be a Senate investigation into an industry that would allow someone to sing a song.
Your radio sounds funny in the morning. You're listening to Imus in the morning.
What did you make of the outing of Jan Wenner? They do say over there that he appears to be happier. The staffers at Rolling Stone.
But the staffers at Rolling Stone, these are the people who think that Bruce Springsteen, makes $3.75 an hour, punching in a factory in South Jersey. The staffers at Rolling Stone.
I don't like it when people make fun of me.
Sports Radio 66, WFAN.
Taylor in Kingman, Arizona, Scott Muni.
Scotzo here with you. That was R.E.M. End of the World as we know it. The song that Bill Gates tried to buy the rights to for his Windows 95 TV commercial. Of course, Michael Stipe refused, saying the band can't be bought. So the little compute dweeb ended up giving the Stones the $12 million. Thanks, Mike. Just cause you want to be some kind of standards bearer for art, we got to hear Start Me Up another 12 million times. I tell you, gang, you'll have better luck starting Mixed Pacemaker than you will trying to crank up your laptop with Windows 95 on it. But, hey, you wanted a computer, suck it up.
Yeah.
Just remember, you never had to spend 11 hours trying to get a typewriter or a slide rule to work. See, I believe that some things have never been approved upon, even in music. I mean, it's not like Hootie and the Blowfish is the next upgrade to Sly and the Family Stone. But then again, it's not like Hootie's gonna stay around long enough for Blowfish version 2.0 either.
No.
Which is why I'm a little perturbed at the lineup at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame concert. I mean, it makes sense to have actual Hall of Famers like Jerry Lee Lewis, Chuck Berry, Little Richard, but Soul Asylum, Sheryl Crow, Snoop Doggy Dogg, they couldn't get in if they bought a ticket. This is supposed to be the shrine to rock and roll, and they can't do any better than the likes of Bon Jovi, Why not just hire Terry Jacks to do Seasons of the Sun? Not like he's booked anywhere else.
Yeah.
Get the guys still left in Grateful Dead. What are they doing now that Garcia's gone besides selling frozen yogurt at Ben & Jerry's? To me, the Hall of Fame is just another sad reminder that rock is dead. Long live rock. It's not a museum, it's a sarcophagus. Think about it. What body-pierced, slam-dancing slacker is going to get weepy-eyed at the sight of Lennon's Sgt. Pepper jacket or Jimi Hendrix's guitar?
Yeah.
It's not like Green Day's ever going to get an exhibit. I mean, even if they did, what the hell would they put in it? A muddy T-shirt and a bucket of spit?
That'll be fine.
And what's the deal with the building itself? I.M. Pei is supposed to be this big-time architect, and all he could come up with was something that looks like Salvador Dali's geometry homework. I guess it sort of works on an acid flashback kind of level, but I don't know if it's supposed to be the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. It really should have been designed to resemble the inside of Gracie Slick's mouth.
17 to the hour. Here on the Imus in the Morning program. Trying to fit in with a formatted K-Fox in San Jose.
When you feel alone,
No one can see me.
need a friend, pick up the telephone
That's good, because I look stupid.
and call on brother Fred.
1-800.
He'll put you on hold.
272-1957.
Don't hang up the phone,
My life sucks.
'cause everybody needs
My job is going nowhere.
auto body shirts and hats.
My wife smells like cheese.
Sometimes everything is wrong.
My kids think I'm a moron.
Life seems like a Delbert song.
Here come the weekend.
Call four-legged Fred.
I'm a victim of life's circumstances.
If you feel like looking cool,
Stop singing, stop singing, stop singing.
don't think they cost too much.
1957, including shipping.
If it's busy, well, hang on.
Like I have nothing else better to do.
'Cause everybody wants
He's killing us.
to talk to Brother Fred.
So I gave him my credit card number.
Auto body shirts
Now I look cool.
and auto body mugs
Now I am happening.
and auto body denim work shirts
Now my life has meaning.
and auto body baby Fred denim work shirts and auto body denim jackets with the Santa Fe flag in the back and auto body Santa Fe edition t-shirts that have a blue Chevrolet and a four-legged Fred edition that's got picture of four-legged Fred on the front and auto body other stuff.
Her name was Sheila. We used to go to Sunday school, and every day Sheila would say, "Do you want to come out and play?" And I'd say, "I'd love to, Sheila, but I can't, because your dad works for my dad."
It'd be a nice place to be, wouldn't it?
I'll be very happy.
Lovely wife and a normal teenage daughter reside in a very nice house in a fine neighborhood with more than competent live-in help. And unlike those pictures of those refugee kids that Sally Struthers shows you, there are no flies buzzing around Bill's head. Although that metal one down there in his trousers has caused him quite a bit of trouble lately. He may not look it, but folks, Bill needs your help. He and his wife work very hard every day to create the kind of government that they think will serve the American people best. But they only pull down $293,000 a year to do it, and right now that's just not going to get it done. See, Bill's accumulated quite a few bills. Legal bills. Well, bills that add up to a lot of money. The wolves are at the door, and Bill's wearing Alpo boxer shorts. Now, he'd gladly take on a second job if he could, but the one he's got is pretty darn consuming. Why, he barely has the time to have wanton illicit sex with chesty, morally bankrupt hussies, let alone deal with Haiti, Korea, and all those other countries he can't even spell. He's so busy trying to establish a national health care plan, for us, mind you, not himself, his is taken care of. He's so busy trying to push through his socialist ideology for the good of our country, when what he should be doing is attempting to institute a national legal care plan that he could use. And that's where you come in.
Yeah.
Please, if you could just send $1,000.
Pardon me?
That's less than $3 a day. Not a lot, but it would mean so much to Bill and his family, and it certainly would go a long way to provide the legal care they so desperately need. $3 buys a dozen file folders, or 2 notice of motion forms and a box of pencils, or can be applied towards the purchase of expert defense and alibi witnesses. In other words, the basic necessities that Bill will need to get himself and his family out of the horribly litigious state they are forced to live in. He feels your pain. Let him know that you feel his.
Oh, okay.
Send your tax-deductible donation to Save the Clinton, P.O. Box 1996, Washington, D.C. And don't forget to watch me, Barbara Streisand, Sharon Stone, Fleetwood Mac, and Nipsey Russell on the Save the Clinton Telethon, or as we're calling it, Liberate. Well, turn to your partner, James McDougal, take a little risk and still be frugal. Hold it a while, call it escrow. Hillary's investment, making that dough. Swing your partner, does he know? Won't hurt them if they don't know. Everybody on the left wheel, let's do the ride. What a whitewash, say goodnight. Here's your Madison guarantee. Vincent Foster, R.I.P. Move that body, he can't be found in the parking lot on the White House grounds. Over by the cannon, sneaking in the dark, pushing up daisies there in the park. Whitewater could sink old Bubba's campaign. Sorry, Bill, I feel your pain. From on your witness line to the right, swear up and down they won't deny. Destruction of justice, oversight. Whitewater side steps, say goodnight. Say, has anybody seen a suicide note? Now run around left, go back to his desk, grab them documents, make a mess. Can't afford an expose, shred them papers in the attaché. Now there ain't no evidence, grab your girl, swear innocent. Maggie Williams, chief of staff, girlfriend can pass a polygraph. With your partner, do-si-do, won't hurt them if they don't know. Everybody on the left wheel, let's do the ride. Whitewater, say goodnight. Now a little Jew's harp. Tom Webster, Hummel, Justice Department, giving them trouble. Briefcases empty, so's their head. Susan Thomas's roll out of bed. 17 phone calls cover your trail. Hurt yourself, you'll go to jail. As Sunels are prone to fail, guess you should learn how to inhale. Wake your partner, do-si-do, won't hurt them if they don't know. Obstruction of justice, oversight. Whitewater side step, say goodnight. Swing your partner, do-si-do, won't hurt them if they don't know. Everybody on the left wheel, let's to the right. Whitewash, say goodnight. Profit on your witness line to the right. Swear up and down, they won't indict. Obstruction of justice, oversight. Whitewater side step, say goodnight.
I got the hungriest for your love, and I'm waiting in your welfare line. I'm up in the morning.
Now, train to...
In the morning.
Eileen. Eileen, wake up. Eileen, look. Look at this, Eileen. Look, Eileen. Eileen, look at it smile. Oh, come on, Eileen. I showed you a good time today.
Got a couple of slices. Shot some pool. I even bought a six-pack. A six of pints. Come on, Eileen. I've been waiting all week for this. I even brushed my teeth. At least get up and take your makeup off, Eileen. I don't know. Maybe if I try a little romantic music or something. Let me see. Yeah, this'll work. Hey, Eileen, at least get up so I can put a sheet on the bed. Oh, Eileen, come on. I don't know. Maybe if I roll her over. Ah, there. Oh, I didn't know she had a tattoo. Oh, Eileen. Yeah, she'll never notice this. Eileen. Oh, Eileen. Oh, Eileen. Oh, yes, Eileen. Oh, I love you, Eileen. Oh, you're beautiful, Eileen. Oh, Eileen. Eileen, I love you. Love you, Eileen. Oh, my God, Eileen, I love you. Oh, no, Eileen, oh. American woman, gonna mess your mind. American woman, she gonna mess your mind. American woman, gonna mess your mind. American woman, gonna mess your mind. Say A, say M, say E, say R, say I, C, say A, M. American woman, gonna mess your mind. American woman, gonna mess your mind. American woman, gonna mess your mind. I'm a in the morning. Absolutely. Yeah. What is good for? Absolutely. Say it again, y'all. I'm a in the morning.
Welcome.
Political announcement by the senior senator from the state of Massachusetts, Edward M. Kennedy.
Hello, my fellow Bay Staters. For the past 32 years, I have served you with faithful devotion in the United States Congress, working tirelessly to improve your life and the lives of your families. Now I stand at a crossroads that is new to me. I am having to
Campaign.
Yes, thank you. To campaign for re-election to an office that I believed was mine by Regental right.
Yeah.
While I refrain from crass characterizations, the latest polling suggests you people are trying to screw me at precisely the time when you should be doing everything you can to help me.
Yeah.
The depth of my dilemma is best demonstrated by the appearance of my opponent, Mitt Romney, on this very radio program, as Imer's invitations normally are only extended to candidates with a near insurmountable lead. Clearly, something must be done, and done now.
Yeah.
I've been criticized for presenting what some construed as negative advertisements against Mr. Romney. I deny that. In fact, that's why I engaged the services of a private investigator so that I could best dispel any negative campaign information unfairly arising against my opponent.
Yeah.
And that is why this campaign will have no comment on information we've learned indicating a blood sample recovered from Mr. Romney's car is consistent with that of Nicole Brown Simpson.
Come on.
Or that Mr. Romney was videotaped last week in the company of Marion Barry smoking crack cocaine. Further, while my brother proved back in 1960 that one's religious beliefs should be excluded from a political race, I, as you, must wonder aloud about Mr. Romney's Mormon church affiliation in light of this item discovered in the personals column of the Boston Globe, brought to my attention by columnist Mike Barnacle. And I quote, Hi, polished white entrepreneur, handsome, intelligent, adventurous churchgoer, seeking 14 white females. Object, marriage. Signed, the mid hits the fan. My friends, being your senator is about all I've ever known. My family's wealth having provided me a refuge from any real work.
Yeah.
If turned out now, what could I do? Drive a taxi cab?
No.
I don't see that as a viable option for Ted Kennedy. Become a marriage counselor? Unlikely. Open a scuba school? I don't think so. 10 bar? My hand shakes so much I'd bankrupt the place. You must return me to the Congress for a 7th term. So, I implore you, don't pass the torch on November 8th. For Christ's sakes, ask not what Ted Kennedy can do for you. Rather, ask what you can do for Ted Kennedy. Anything else just won't wash.
Senator.
Oh,
Nice career move. New York to Providence.
Scotzo here with you, just back from the first annual Jackson Family Honors in Las Vegas. And let me tell you, when you see all of them up there on stage, you can't help but think, Jesus. And I thought my family was up. Well, these people make the Mansons look like the Brady Bunch. You could find some clan of devil-worshipping cannibals living in a trailer park somewhere, having sex with goats before they sacrifice them, put them next to the Jacksons, and all you'd think it'd be, ew, who's the weird dude with the glove? Dysfunctional? They coined the phrase. Well, first of all, I don't know why they make such a big deal out of Michael's weird appearance, when the father looks like Eartha Kitt with a pair of pantyhose pulled over her head. All the money he sponged off the family over the years, he can't afford to buy real eyebrows? Well, this is one creepy-looking dude. No wonder the kids were so scared of him. You know, it was sad to see how even today, every time he went to scratch his head, one of them would flinch and go, Daddy, no! Jackie and Marlon didn't mean it. What I can't figure out is why they decided to go with an award show when they got their own sideshow. They got it all. Michael, the half-man, half-woman, LaToya, the snake charmer, Joe, the human leech, and, of course, the fat lady, Elizabeth Taylor. Jesus, Palomino, what the hell happened to her? You know, it's unusual. Something that size isn't hibernating at this time of year. Let me tell you, the audience wasn't booing. They were mooing. She comes out in this yellow pantsuit, and I'm thinking it's a school bus. You know, like Michael just ordered another load of little playmates from a local elementary school. But no, it's really Liz, the woman who won her Academy Award for Butterfield 8, looking like she just ate Tito and Jermaine. She waddles out to accept this trophy that looks like the table centerpiece from a Polish bowling dinner, some globe with 2 doves sticking out of it, and I just know she's going to put one of the birds in her mouth and start chewing on it. Who's afraid of Virginia Woolf? Everybody. She's on stage for 2 seconds and 15 Japanese high rollers in the front row run to the fire exits screaming something about Godzilla. Apparently, she's due for some medical procedure. Got to get a hip replaced. And I assume the surgery will be done at a body shop. Because forget the hip, they're going to have to install some heavy-duty air shocks to handle this load. Well, Liz, it's not normal for a person to belch and bring up a cheesecake. Call Richard Simmons and get a sweating to the oldies tape. We'll post a flood warning.
I'm Mr. Morning here at home with Michael and Lisa Marie.
Lisa Marie, we have to talk.
You're damn right we gotta talk. You don't stop using my eyeliner, I'm gonna pop a hole in your hyperbaric chamber.
Lisa Marie, why did you tell Diane Sawyer we're having sex?
I didn't say we were having sex with each other, but it also ain't any of her business, and I'm having it with the gardener, and you're having it with the gardener's son.
Lower your voice. You're scaring Bubbles.
That's another thing. That monkey is starting to get on my nerves.
Well, you just don't like animals.
Well, that ain't true. My daddy had him running all over Graceland. Even kept a couple of sheep in his bedroom. But if that ape wasn't around to take care of business every once in a while, when things get lonely, he'd be out on his monkey ass.
Stop talking dirty, Lisa Marie. It upsets me.
Hey, you giving orders now?
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know what got into me.
Have you lost your mind?
Ow! I'm sorry. Ow! You're hurting me.
All right. You know what happens when you talk back.
No.
Get in the bedroom.
Oh, no. I won't talk back anymore. Please don't make me kiss it.
You ever want to have another one of them Cub Scout sleepovers, you better do like I say.
Bubbles, help!
The monkey hates you. Get over it.
Don't